He destroyed my berm, so I destroyed his life with one federal felony charge. I'm Jake Mitchell, 47 years old, retired Army Corps surveyor living in Cobb County, Georgia, and I come home from my construction job to find my septic field flooding. The berm I spent 3 weekends building by hand is gone, bulldozed flat, with tire tracks leading straight to his driveway. I grab my phone and take photos of water pooling around my foundation. Septic smell everywhere. $5,700 of work erased in one afternoon. I walk over, and he's on his new pool deck, sipping wine, so I ask what happened. He waves me off and says the county's coming to inspect. Says my property looked trashy. I pull out my phone and show him the flooding, but he laughs and looks me dead in the eye. Says, "This isn't some backwoods compound. Get rid of that dirt eyesore or I'll call the county." I ask about my septic damage and he shuts his door. I call a contractor and it's $2,400 for emergency septic work, which brings my total loss to $8,100. All gone because my neighbor wanted a better view. That night, I remember something important. I surveyed wetlands for the Army Corps for 12 years before I retired. I pull my old maps and check the property lines, check the federal wetland registry, and I find it. His pool deck is sitting 18 feet inside the 50-foot buffer, right on federally protected wetlands. And when he bulldozed my berm, he diverted protected water flow. I make one call Monday morning to the Corps Criminal Investigation Division. Tuesday, they arrive with 2 federal agents, surveying equipment and evidence collection kits, and they measure, mark, and document everything before knocking on his door. I watch from my window as he comes out confident, then confused, then pale when they mention felony charges. Wednesday, I get the letter with official notice that his deck violates Clean Water Act, Section 404, and the destruction of the wetland berm qualifies as knowing destruction of protected waters under 33 U.S.C. 1319 C.2, a federal felony carrying up to 3 years imprisonment and $250,000 in fines. Mandatory removal, mandatory restoration, all costs on him, plus criminal penalties. The bills start coming fast. $18,700 for deck removal, $22,000 for wetland restoration and legal fees, $48,000 for his criminal defense attorney, and 91 days of construction delays with contractors, environmental consultants, and lawyers all billing him. I talk to the Corps prosecutor, and she smiles, says his total hit $94,200, and says he took a plea deal to avoid prison. $25,000 federal fine, 2 years probation, and he lost his pool permits for 10 years. He shows up at my door 73 days after he flattened my berm and asks if we can settle. I remind him about the backwoods comment, about my septic field, about respect, and I tell him the feds don't negotiate on felonies. He writes a check for my full repairs, $8,100, exactly what he cost me. I rebuild my berm better this time, engineered properly with county approval, and it sits right where it always did. Protecting my septic and protecting the wetland. Tell me, who's the eyesore now?